I know you do a lot of events, and you know, you got a busy schedule. Recently, one of my favorite things I seen you doing, I kind of wish I was there myself, was the the All-Star Week in Chicago, man, because that looked like it really, like, Chicago to me looked like they really did a good job of putting everything together. And if I know you probably got stories, which I want you to talk on, but that looked like a good ass week, a great game, for Kobe and everything like that. But that entire week leading into it looked crazy, man.
Yeah, unfortunate time that we as the sports, entertainment, sneaker, global culture went through with losing Kobe and, and Gianna and the 9 total, so the other 7. The other 7 on that helicopter, with the incident. But it was very good with how the NBA came together and executed. Because I know a lot of people read a lot of stuff on paper, and with the game, it couldn't translate. And then I think Baron Davis did something with the NBA PA on the Saturday before and broke down and explained what it was. They had him and somebody else explain how the game was going to roll out, and it made so much sense, and it came out great. And that was the big thing. But
I thought the whole thing was great. You never see defense or like the end of the quarter really coming down to like the last bucket, and people are treating it like a playoff game, man. Like that was one of the best quarters of basketball I think I've ever seen, or like the last, few minutes of a game I've ever seen, man.
Definitely. And Chicago, everything within the weekend was phenomenal. All the events from the NBA side. All-Star Weekend is something that I've really try to explain to people. Like, I want to do it with the full kid team. I haven't gotten a chance to do it with the full kid team due to conflicting schedules at the moment, just between stuff that they have been working on. Because even so, like, what people don't realize is All-Star normally overlaps New York Fashion Week. So sometimes we've got to finish up certain stuff here as I head out there, or vice versa, or things like that. But, like, Chicago was special. And not to say Charlotte wasn't special and LA wasn't special. I took a couple years off before that and did it. But Chicago, man, they showed me a lot of love. Like, that hospitality out there was different. And the city was so warm. Not physically, because it was cold as shit. But the city was so warm with how the approach was and everything. And the fact that, like, some of the brands were planning this for a couple of years, what people don't know. So they were putting together All-Star Weekend for Chicago for a couple of years. And the fact that Chicago did so much stuff with the people in Chicago and the creatives in Chicago, between Nike, Adidas, New Balance, out there was showing Joe Fresh Goods love and having the releases, the exclusives out there. Yeah. And then having exclusives and things that were exclusive to Chicago. And then, of course, as you guys saw me, I got a chance to do the weekend with my Foot Inc. family. Foot Locker, House of Hoops, Champs, and got a chance to experience and host and do a lot of work with them and give that look into the activations with the people, which was important to me. So, like, that's the thing that anytime you guys see me out, and I think one of my staples is, like, immersive content. So a lot of people hit me up when I got back. It was like, yo, you make me want to go to All-Star Weekend. Yeah. And I joked and I said, well, shit, I'm a Pacers fan, so the next one's in Indiana. You sure you going to next year? So we'll be there. For sure, because I'm not missing that one at all. But at the same time, like, having that draw in that different major market, Chicago's that major market for the NBA. And I just think that so much stuff went well. And whether it was the partnerships that they had out there and a lot of stuff, they normally do stuff out there with Tissot. You have Mountain Dew, who's a major partner in the NBA. You had NBA 2K out there and a lot of different things. And I know Kia was out there because Kia is a big partner with the NBA. Yeah. And this is all stuff beyond just footwear and sports, And then you have, like I said, everything from the brands. You have Adidas. You have what happened with New Balance there. You had what happened with Puma, who had an amazing
I heard Puma was killing it.
Ooh. Yeah. Puma did stuff with the Foot Inc. fam, with Foot Locker. They also had a setup with League Fits and Slam. So a lot of people didn't know Slam was behind League Fits. Now, if I'm League the one...
Fits, I see. I follow their page. So it's a good page.
If y'all didn't know, Slam is behind League Fits with that NBA partnership and all that stuff. And they did a League Fits Lounge where they had a bunch of people come down and talk, and just Fashion Geek Zoe dropped a crazy Puma that weekend. The Ralph Sampsons came back in some classics. Like, there was a lot.
And to me, it felt like it was just a lot of cultural things,
and
man.
that's the thing.
And that's what I could appreciate, whether I'm there or like from a distance. Like, you know, obviously Chicago is a staple city, especially you know, as far as NBA goes. A lot of players come out of Chicago and stuff like that. But yeah, man, all the venues, the everything that they put together, it just. I think you're at a spot. I don't know if it was like you know, paintings or actual pieces of like players, like just still, but like. Or was it just their jerseys?
Oh,
or something that looked crazy. It was like Jordan's jersey with no body, dunking on like Patrick Ewing.
That's exactly
like,
what it
stuff
was.
Like that's like
and
fire. Man.
That was with the Mitchell and Ness family. So shouts to my man Strofe, who's from out here in Philly, but now he's out in Atlanta, big with Mitchell and Ness. He was a big part of that and culminating that too, along with the artists that did it and everybody and all the people that collabed with it. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I remember that. Actually, that was. The whole
Mitchell and Ness was a crazy space, right on State Street, and yo, they did crazy stuff through the weekend. Like, you know, for the people, they were doing some giveaways. Everybody was doing giveaways, and that's one thing I want to harp on. Like, some people, you know,
Kanye was giving away Yeezys in the streets,
which was it was interesting. That was interesting. I wasn't mad at it.
With Quavo or something?
Was it Quavo?
Somebody
was out. It may have been Quavo.
Yeah, literally in the streets, like just pulling up in these like Tesla monster truck type, you know, cars, and just dropping his new release. And people, but I think that the thing that they had to do was take the shoe off their feet.
Better than me, because it's not happening.
And give it to them if they wanted this new unreleased Yeezy.
Better than me, because
it's not happening. And people were going, yeah, man.
So that's the thing, like. You had a couple
Fear
people.
Gods coming off.
Yep. You had a couple of people give up their Fear Gods. And here's my thing.
They've been trying to stop the way, but the way